James and the Giant Peach. Chapter 18 continued. "Jumpin' Jehoshaphat!" they cried. "We never thought of that." "My dear James," said the old green grasshopper, laying a front leg affectionately on James's shoulder, "I don't know what we'd do without you. You're so clever. Ladies and gentlemen, we are saved again." "You are most certainly not," said the earthworm. "You must be crazy. You can't eat the ship. It's the only thing that's keeping us up." "We shall starve if we don't," said the centipede. "And we shall drown if we do," cried the earthworm. Oh dear, said the green old grasshopper. "Now we're worse off than before." "Couldn't we eat just a little bit of it?" asked Miss Spider. "I am so dreadfully hungry." "You can eat all you want," James answered. "It would take us weeks and weeks to make any sort of dent in this enormous peach. Surely you can see that." "Good heavens, he's right again," cried the old green grasshopper, clapping his hands. "It would take weeks and weeks. Of course it would. But let's not go making a lot of holes all over the deck. I think we'd better simply scoop it out of the tunnel over there, the one that we just come up by." "An excellent idea," said the ladybug. "What are you looking so worried about, earthworm?" the centipede asked. "What's the problem?" The problem is," the earthworm said, the problem is that there is no problem." Everyone burst out laughing. "Cheer up, earthworm," they said. "Come and eat." And they all went over to the tunnel entrance and began scooping out great chunks of juicy, golden-colored peach flesh. "Oh, marvelous," said the centipede, stuffing it into his mouth. "Delicious," said the old green grasshopper. "Just fabulous," said the glowworm. "Oh my," said the ladybug primly. "What a heavenly taste." She looked up at James and she smiled, and James smiled back at her. They sat down on the deck together, and both of them chewing away happily. "You know, James," said the ladybug, "up until this moment I have never in my life tasted anything except those little green flies that live on the rose bushes. They have a perfectly delightful flavor, but this peach is even better." "Isn't it glorious?" Miss Spider said, coming over to join them. "Personally, I had always thought that a big, juicy, caught-in-the-web blue bottle was the finest dinner in the world, until I tasted this." "What a flavor!" the centipede cried. "It's terrific." "There's nothing like it. There never has been. And I should know because I personally have tasted all the finest foods in the world." Whereupon the centipede, with his mouth full of peach and with juice running down all over his chin, suddenly burst into song. "I've eaten many strange and scrumptious dishes in my time, like jellied gnats and dandy prats, and earwigs cooked in slime, and mice with rice. They're really nice when roasted in their prime, but don't forget to sprinkle them with just a pinch of grime. I've eaten fresh mud burgers by the greatest cooks there are, and scrambled drakes and stink bugs, eggs and hornets stewed in tar, and pails of snails and lizard tails, and beetles by the jar. A beetle is improved by just a splash of vinegar. I often eat boiled sausages, the grand when served beside minced doodle bugs and curried slugs. And have you ever tried mosquito toads and womfish roes, and most delicately fried? The only trouble is they disagree with me inside. I'm mad for crispy waspings on a piece of buttered toast, and pickled spines of porcupines, and then a gorgeous roast of dragon's flesh, well hung, not fresh. It cost $1 at most, and comes to you in barrels if you order it by post. I crave the tasty tentacles of octopi for tea. I like hot dogs. I love hot frogs, and surely you'll agree. A plate of soil with engine oils, a super recipe. Hardly need to mention that it's practically free. For dinner on my birthday, I shall tell you what I chose. Hot noodles made from poodles on a slice of garden hose. And a rather smelly jelly made of armadillo's toes. The jelly is delicious, but you have to hold your nose. Now comes the centipede declared, the burden of my speech. These foods are rare beyond compare. Some are right out of reach. But there's no doubt I'd go without a million pieces of each. For one small mite, one tiny bite of this fantastic peach. Everybody was feeling happy now. The sun was shining brightly out of a soft blue sky, and the day was calm. The giant peach, with the sunlight glinting on its side, was like a massive golden ball sailing upon a silver sea.